Welcome to the Fantasy Football Prophet podcast, hosted by Craig Phillips and Jeff Torrey. Visit us at fantasyfootballprophet.com. And now your hosts, Craig and Jeff.
Welcome everyone to the Fantasy Football Prophet podcast. I'm Craig Phillips, and I'm actually joined by Jeff Torrey today. It's nice to be back, Jeff, right?
Oh man, it's good to see all my prophet people.
Well, it's nice to actually have somebody to talk to now on the show. So
yeah, I was listening, man. I was listening on my trip.
Yeah,
you did a good job being alone over here, being all by your lonesome.
It is a little bit more difficult to do a podcast by yourself, so it's good to have somebody to talk to this time. But today we're going to go over some of your trade questions, maybe a couple flex start sit questions, and then go over point spreads where I think I passed Jeff now. I had a little better week, so I am now on the year. Doesn't mean I'm any good. 22 and 25 and 1. Jeff, you're 21 and 26 and 1. You went 6 and 10 last week, and I went 9 and 7.
I had a brutal one.
Yeah, and I did okay and better. 9 and 7, I guess okay. But hey, we'll go over point spreads. Maybe we'll be better this week. Chances are we won't. But we're maybe.
And when the Lions are beating the Patriots and the Bills are beating Minnesota, my world is upside down.
It's tough, that's for sure. But make sure you guys go follow us on Twitter at the FF Prophet or Instagram, Fantasy Football Prophet. That's where we're going to be getting a lot of the questions we got today. A lot of them came from Instagram, so go follow us there. And go check out the website, fantasyfootballprophet.com. If you want to support the show, a couple ways you can do it. One easy way, go to iTunes, give us a 5-star review. Always helps us. And you can also go to Patreon, patreon.com/fantasyfootballprophet and support us there. And another place, you can go to our YouTube page. We're all over. So youtube.com/fantasyfootballprophet. We got some other videos on there every week that aren't just the regular podcast. So go check us out there. Subscribe to that as well. All right. So let's go through some of these different questions we got this week here, Jeff. I got first one right off the bat. So he has Patrick Mahomes and he has Kirk Cousins. So he's asking, should I trade Kirk Cousins to get Michael Thomas?
Ooh.
Yes. All day.
That is a great question.
I think, of course, you got to. Mahomes, I think, is for real. So don't worry about that. Get rid of Cousins. Get Michael Thomas. You're set.
Yeah. I truly, this is a big statement, but I think Michael Thomas has been the most impressive wide receiver this year. I think you're getting not only the safest, but one with a very high ceiling. And you don't need two quarterbacks. I mean, it's great to have him as a backup in case. But, man, if you can turn him into gold with Michael Thomas,
yep.
Don't think twice. Just do it.
Let's see here. Another question. Just traded away Lamar Miller for Dalvin Cook. Good trade?
I think so, yeah.
I agree. I think that's a terrific trade. I don't even care that Dalvin's been hurt a little bit, and he maybe struggled even when he did play. I think he's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I think he will be back in a week or two, and I think that he will be acclimated into the offense more and more. It's very apparent that they do need him still. I think he's going to be a wonderful player, even if it's, for 75% of the year instead of the whole 100.
So Eric asks, does anyone think this would be a good trade? It would be, he would trade Jarvis Landry and Tariq Cohen for Carlos Hyde. I think it probably depends on what your roster's like, but.
Yeah, that would be a big part of it. But if it just face value, so what was it, Landry and who?
Landry and Cohen for Hyde. The only thing I would probably...
Okay, I would just say...
PPR?
I would say probably yes. But
the Baker Mayfield thing kind of makes it more interesting because of how well Landry did with Mayfield there at the end of that game. So it's a little bit more... I'm saying, I know last week I probably would have said, but I mean, it's going to help Hyde too, though.
And the way that
it's going to help both of them.
The way they've been playing Hyde as well, it seems like he definitely has a stranglehold on that position right now. The RB1, they're running him like that. He's getting plenty of production. I think Landry is going to be good no matter what. I mean, he looks phenomenal. No Gordon. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to game plan for him, but obviously more passes will go to Landry. I could go round and round in a circle all day. I think at the end of the day, I don't care about Cohen. No. I think at the end of the day, I would take Hyde, assuming that you need running back help, and that's why you're doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think, it's a solid trade. That's the thing. It's a very solid trade. It depends on what your roster is.
Yeah, I think both people benefit.
So Blue Label asks us, should I start Kirk Cousins this week or take a shot with Baker Mayfield? I'm not ready to do that.
Yeah,
yet.
no. Well,
I'm not ready.
He is going against the Rams, which is rough.
They have some injuries in the backfield.
Yeah, it's rough, but at the same time, Green Bay didn't have an issue, and not Green Bay, I'm sorry, but no, I would go Cousins, stick with him.
Yep, I would stick with him this week. All right, so another question here says, who should I drop to pick up either Chris Godwin or Antonio Callaway? So first off, I'll say I would pick up Chris Godwin ahead of Antonio Callaway. I mean, I'd probably going the same, Godwin over Callaway, or not. Yeah,
I mean, I am. I think Godwin is better right now. I think Callaway will put up some very big weeks since Gordon's not there. He's going to get a lot more playing time. But I think it's better idea to just go with the more talented person. And I know he gets a lot of people riled up, but I still believe that Deshaun Jackson will be overtaken by Godwin, at least in targets and playing time and that kind of stuff. So I think Godwin is still the play.
So who would you drop to get Godwin if you're looking for it here? Rashad Penny, Duke Johnson, Keelan Cole? I mean, I'm okay with dropping Penny or Johnson.
Yeah.
I really am.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to happen for Penny and Johnson. I think we know what Johnson is. It happens every year. It's the same player. He's just maybe Mayfield helps him too, but it can't help everybody. Again, I mean, they're just not using him like they had before.
Yeah, right. He's dangerous because you're wondering if they pass more, or they're going to use Duke Johnson more.
Yep.
I don't have the answer for that, to be quite honest. I think Hyde will still be out there a lot most of the time. Penny is, you have to have an injury. I mean, Chris Carson has to get hurt at this point. Is that going to happen? I don't know. I think between those two, I would keep Keelan Cole because I think he has upside. But the other two, I think you have to go with your gut. For me, if I'm picking, I probably drop Duke Johnson.
So Robert asked us, trade Lamar Miller for Odell Beckham Jr.?
Yeah.
All day. I mean, I don't think there's a hesitation.
Yeah.
Even if you're hurting at running back, I would just take that all day.
Yeah. Yep. I still believe in Beckham.
Kyle asked, should I trade Julio and Russell Wilson?
I'm listening.
For Leonard Fournette?
Ooh. That is so dependent on who else you have. Because that is a big risk no matter which side you're on. I mean, Fournette's been banged up. I still think he's going to be good when he comes back, obviously. But Julio is no slouch himself. He's been doing very well. Oh, man.
I wish he was healthy. I would say do it. I don't know. I don't think I can right now. I mean, it depends on if Russell's not your starter. Russell's been struggling.
That's what I was wondering, too.
Yeah.
It so much depends on who else you have. I mean, you could have easily picked up. I mean, you could have Matt Ryan,
and
you could have a bunch of guys, honestly, on here that even Jared Goff has been doing very well. So if you have someone that you can stick into that QB1 slot, and it's really then it turns into more of a Julio versus Fournette, I'm okay with going Fournette.
Yep.
But it definitely depends on who else you have on that team. Can you make up for the holes you're going to create? But yeah, I would go with Fournette.
I think I would too. I lean that way. I always lean running back. It's just so I think that's where I would go. I'd have to see the rest of your roster.
Yeah, we need to know more. We need more, man.
Another question here: which side wins this trade? Will Fuller and Jordan Howard for Demaryius Thomas and Le'Veon Bell?
Ooh.
I think it has to be Fuller Howard right now.
Yeah.
Just because we don't know the Bell side. So I have to lean that way. If Bell comes back, probably the Bell side because it's Bell. Because it's Bell.
But yeah, right now, I mean, Will Fuller is looking really good, and Howard looks like he's going to be a stable running back to play like he always is.
Mm-hmm.
The other side, Demaryius, he's fine. But Bell would be the big one. And, who knows? Really, I've been up and down all over the place with Bell and what I think is going to happen. So I think that one's too difficult to tell. But I think Craig said it perfectly, which is a non-answer.
Yep. I'm just going to not answer that one right now. All right. Paulie asks, needs help on this trade. Zeke and Diggs. He'd be trading away Zeke and Diggs.
Wow, okay.
For Antonio Brown, Jordan Howard, and Calvin Ridley.
One more time. Go through the names a lot.
So he's trading Zeke and Diggs.
Okay.
For Antonio Brown, Jordan Howard, and Calvin Ridley. Okay, to me, again, this depends on, I guess, who's your number 2 running back. Because if you trade away Zeke and all of a sudden Jordan Howard becomes your number 1, I don't love that.
No, I
and I do like Brown, but Brown's been struggling, and he'll turn it around, sure.
Yeah,
but I like Diggs, too. And Ridley, we don't know what he is yet.
Yeah, Ridley's kind of an afterthought for me, to be honest. I don't know enough about him for him to really sway me. I think that's how you get in trouble. You try to add too much like depth with one trade, and then you take lesser players. Who knows? Ridley could be good. He just had that huge game. Howard and Zeke, even though Zeke has a, just right now they're an awful team, awful offense. And I think defenses might be able to parlay that into maybe hurting his production. They haven't been able to yet. And let's be honest, if you let them run, you're going to win because they can't throw. If it goes the opposite way, it could hurt you. And Antonio Brown is going to be fine. No, actually, I would stick with Zeke and Diggs. It's really hard for me to say, but Zeke and Diggs I would go with.
I think so, too. I mean... Yeah, I think Zeke is just good. And I think that pretty much in most parts, this could make Howard your number 1, and I don't know if I love that.
Yeah, it's a little scary.
It really, right? All right, so Blake asked us, or it doesn't really ask us, what kind of a question, I guess. Definitely should trade away Kamara, right?
Why?
Exactly, why?
I know I'm the Kamara guy, but please, you have to explain why you would want to get rid of him. Because, are you thinking because
Ingram's coming back?
Ingram's coming back, but look at his production that he had with Ingram last year. I think Kamara is still going to have a significant role in this offense. They're passing well, they're running well, they're doing everything well. Right now, their offense is really clicking. I think it would be very, very foolish to get rid of Kamara. So I don't know if that was halfway joking.
It might have been.
I don't know.
I hope so.
But yeah, don't get rid of Alvin Kamara if it was serious.
Another one more question here before we jump into point spreads. Got Trent. He asked us. I traded Marquise Goodwin for Nelson Aguilar. Good trade? I think it is a good trade now with Garoppolo out. I think it is. I think most of Goodwin's value came from Garoppolo. Maybe not, but I just lean that way.
You have to think that way, right? Because right now, think about who's throwing him the ball, and also
Beathard.
Yeah, and then at the same time, Wentz is coming back. Aguilar should get a bump from that. Obviously, he didn't last week. But I think that's a risk I'm willing to take. Still long run, I like Goodwin better, but I think this year I would go Aguilar now.
All right, now it's Thursday, so it's time for point spread picks, which we struggle on. But this is brought to you by MyBookie. Definitely go on MyBookie. I've been using them now all season. I actually just made a little money off the Lions win. Being a Lions fan, I just thought I'll let the homer in me shine, and I put some into MyBookie. I put some money down on the Lions on the money line, not even the point spread. I went on the money line, and I won. It was wonderful. It's just, and now I have more money to play around with MyBookie with. So go to MyBookie. Go use the promo code PROPHET, which is PROPHET. They're going to match everything up to $1,000 for you. Put $100, they'll put $100 in there for you to play as well. So I think that's a pretty good deal. I don't know about you, Jeff. Free money.
Free money, man.
You would have lost it all though last week.
Yeah, that would have hurt me real bad.
Being 6-10.
Yep.
And then if you actually make your deposit after 7 p.m., you'll actually get an extra $25 by using our promo code PROPHET, but adding 25 to the end of it. So PROPHET 25. You do that after 7 p.m., another $25. So put 100 in, get 125 extra.
Why not?
And you'll lose it all real quick if you're Jeff.
Week 1 and 2 went fine. Week 3 did not.
So yeah, now like we said earlier, we're down to, I'm 22, 25 and 1. Jeff's 21, 26 and 1. I hope you're actually not using our advice here to actually make your picks. We're just doing this for fun. So We're hoping to get better as the season goes on. Maybe we learn something about these point spreads, and as we learn, early on they are so hard. I mean, the Vikings, come on. Like, at that point, I know that spread was crazy, but the Bills have been so bad.
Yeah, I mean, there's really 2 games I can point to. I mean, really. Minnesota and the Patriots, both of them getting beat, killed me.
Mm-hmm. So here's this first one. We'll go to the first one. It's Rams and Vikings. So I don't know.
Oh, great.
It's at Los Angeles. Rams are 7.5 point favorites.
Oh, God, man. I'm going to take the Rams.
We're going to go Rams minus 7.5. You know, I'm going Minnesota to bounce back. I'm taking the 7.5. They're going to bounce back. Why, I don't know. They look so bad.
I mean, I think they will, but Rams have been doing so well.
Rams have been really good. All right, well, here's the Bills.
Okay.
Bills, Packers. Packers 10-point favorites at home.
10 still?
At home, yep.
Dang it. I really wanted it to be less now.
Packers at home, 10-point favorites over the Bills.
Let me think. Yeah, I'm gonna repeat my ignorance, but I'm going Green Bay.
Me too. I don't think the Bills are any good. I just don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know. That was
I refuse to change how I bet. They take all my money.
Next up, we got the Dolphins and Patriots at New England. New England, what are they?
Oh, God.
They're 7-point favorites. Dolphins are 3-0. Patriots just lost to the Lions.
Yeah, do they? I like how I'm asking questions. I was like, do they come back angry? Brady, they have Josh Gordon maybe.
I can't see the Patriots losing at all. I can't see them winning by even less than 7 at home against the Dolphins. I don't think the Dolphins are any good. I don't. Maybe you feel differently.
No, I'm thinking because they hurt me so bad last week. No, I think they'll have a bounce back week. I'm going Pat still.
So next we got the Lions traveling to Dallas to face the Cowboys. Cowboys are 3-point favorites.
Good, I'm taking Lions. I wanted to, definitely.
I don't think Dallas is any good. They're better than Dallas. Detroit's better than Dallas, right?
I'd like to think so.
I hope so.
Yeah.
We'll find out, but I think they are. All right, next up, Houston. Traveling to Indianapolis, where the Colts are 1.5-point favorites. Houston hasn't won a game yet, right? I think they're... Deshaun Watson, like fantasy-wise, he's been okay, but he hasn't really looked good.
Yeah, it's very true, but I really think Will Fuller is playing well. Obviously, I think they'll come back. I'm going Houston on that one.
I'm going Colts because I just dislike I dislike Houston for some reason. I don't know what it is. I actually enjoy them not winning any games. I think it was the fact that everyone ranked Deshaun so high, and I like the backlash. He's been okay fantasy wise.
Yeah, he's been okay.
I just don't think he's not as good as people thought.
Nope.
He's no Patrick Mahomes.
I'll be the first one to admit. I mean, he ranks 13th right now. I think he can, but let's be honest. If you take away week 1 against New England, fantasy, he has been good though. 27 points, 29 points in standard. Mm-hmm. Those are fine numbers.
But he's not the best quarterback from his rookie class now. It's definitely Mahomes.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about that.
Yeah.
But I think, I think Houston will get their first win.
Next up, it's Tampa going to Chicago to play the Bears. Bears -3.
I'm taking Tampa.
I'm taking Chicago. I just think this is a 4-interception game for Fitzpatrick.
He already had his 3. I think he got it out of his system.
I don't know if he did. I think that's who he is. I really think that's who Ryan Fitzpatrick is.
He still threw 3 touchdowns, though.
He did. 400 yards again.
Yeah, he looked okay. He had that, like a quarter where he looked shooken, but...
We got the Eagles traveling to Tennessee to play the Titans. Eagles are 4.5-point favorites on the road.
Against Tennessee.
You just beat Jacksonville.
Yeah. No, I'm Eagles. I shouldn't take all these.
Yeah, I'm going to go Eagles.
I shouldn't take all these negative, but...
I'm going to go Eagles. I think...
You say 4?
4.5, yeah. With Wentz back for the second week, I think he'll be fine. Bengals going to Atlanta to face the Falcons. Falcons 5-point favorites. Falcons have looked pretty decent.
Yeah, their offense, man, it's clicking. It looks like Matty Ice of old.
I'm going to go Falcons -5. I think they're going to take that.
Bengals. Well, Mixon is gone still.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to Atlanta.
The Jets travel to Jacksonville to play the Jaguars. They're Jacksonville's 7.5-point favorites.
Hold it. Who's
Jacksonville and the Jets?
Oh, okay.
Jacksonville 7.5. I'm going Jacksonville.
7.5?
Yeah, they did just lose to Tennessee, but whatever. I got them. They'll be fine. Can't pick the Jets here.
I'm thinking about it. Truly.
You can't do that.
Yeah. Dang it. I really wanted to. No, I can't, though. I'm going Jags.
Even though that offense for Jacksonville looked pretty terrible. That's Blake Bortles for you when he doesn't have Leonard Fournette there to help him out, right?
Yep. He'll be up and down.
Seattle travels to Arizona to face the Cardinals. Cardinals are 3-point underdogs at home. 3-point underdogs at home with Josh Rosen starting for the first time. Does he give them a spark? Can they beat Seattle? Seattle's not very good right now.
3. Oh, yeah. Man, these are all throwing me today.
Arizona get the win at home with the rookie.
For some reason, that actually, I think that's a benefit. Like, I really do think that they're coming out fired up.
I do too. I'm actually going to Arizona.
Oh, okay. Dang it. I thought I was going to be the odd man.
I'm going to Arizona. I feel good about it.
Yeah.
You going to go with that too?
Yeah, I'm going Cardinals.
All right. Let's see here. We got Cleveland going to Oakland, where Oakland is 3-point favorites.
I'm going to go Cleveland. I'm going for the rookie QBs, I guess.
I'm going to take Oakland because I think they have to get a win at some point, right? If John Gruden can't win at home against the Cleveland Browns and he goes to 0-4, maybe that $100 million contract doesn't look so good. You might start second guessing that. Saints go to the Giants. Giants 3.5-point underdogs.
Oh, I go Saints.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Saints too. They're gonna put up points. That's 3.5 nothing.
That is gonna be the game. Like, because I answered it so quickly, I think that's like a gimme. That's gonna be one that I get wrong.
49ers travel to Los Angeles to play the Chargers. Chargers 10.5-point favorites.
Yep.
CJ Beathard at quarterback.
10.5. No, I still gotta go Chargers.
I'm gonna go 49ers because you know what? They're gonna lose by like 10.
Right. It very well could be. 10.5 is
I'll probably be wrong, but there maybe yeah.
I think
I'm gonna take a chance.
I think Keenan Allen and stuff will want to show out after that.
Maybe.
After that last loss.
Ravens go to Pittsburgh to face the Steelers, where the Steelers are 3.5-point favorites.
Ravens, Pitt is 3.5?
Yep.
I'm going to go Pitt.
Yeah, me too. Pittsburgh at home is usually a pretty good bet, I think.
Yeah, I think it's just going to continue. Roethlisberger has been showing out. Juju, Antonio Brown.
One final game, Monday night game. Kansas City is traveling to Denver.
Ooh.
Denver, they're the underdogs.
Obviously.
Of 5.5 points. People love Patty Mahomes.
You know what? I'm actually going Denver on this one.
I was going to go Denver too, so I'm going to go. I
like how we're both picking
I like Denver on Monday night. I think they're going to pull this off. All right. I mean, Mahomes has been really good, but I feel like that game's coming.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
He's been wonderful, but you have a lot to like on Denver. I think they can slow down the tempo, and you have Von Miller. You have a lot of stuff that you can look for. And as you've seen, there's so many quarterbacks, but you can't stay hot forever.
No.
I'm not saying Mahomes will play poorly, but doesn't mean he's going to throw 4 touchdowns.
Just could change up a little bit. Yeah. We'll see. But all right, that's going to do it for today's episode. We'll be back, late Thursday night, tonight, whatever it is, to talk about the Thursday night game, which is Vikings-Rams. So I'm really curious how Cousins bounces back from that brutal outing, which he cost me a fantasy win this week because of it. Okay, well, he would have needed to score about another 20, 25, but dude, he was negative going into the fourth quarter.
It was rough. I don't understand what happened.
I don't either. I hope he bounces back. We'll see. But we'll talk to you guys next time.